Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Dads in the Six podcast, episode number 3. I'm one of your hosts, Nicholas Mazzeo, and as always, I'm joined by my two best buds, Jesus Castillo and Jamie Campbell. How you guys doing?
Hey.
Great, guys. I'm trying to do a talking podcast, you pieces of shit.
Okay, well,
No, yeah, it's fine. That's fine. You're get into that mic.
Loosey-goosey.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. If you're just joining us for the first time, they're not normally like this, but concept is simple here. Us three dads get together and bring you a random topic of conversation for your amusement. Each episode comes up on YouTube, and you can find it on podcast services like iTunes, Google Play, and all that jazz. So if you like that, give us one of those big likes, shares, subscribes. Down below somewhere here is all that stuff. We also do the Facebook, the Twitter, the Instagram. And that's it, I think. We need some help with that Facebook group, man. I don't know what I'm doing there.
every week we bring it up. We're just hoping like someone will
Put
volunteer.
your ass on it. Aren't you an administrator on it?
Aren't we all administrators on that?
I don't have
Yeah.
Facebook.
So what's wrong?
I don't know, man. It's just I don't know how to get people in. I don't know how to get people. So if you're just watching, can you just like the page? Like what else are you doing right now? You know what? We're going to have you here for an hour and a half. Just like it.
Yeah.
I wonder if we can get to an hour today.
I think we will get to an hour today because I'll just spend 20 minutes on this intro if I have to.
No,
Or an outro.
Under an hour.
Oh,
Anyways.
under an hour. Okay, I can try for under.
Jamie is very anxious to get to a video game. What's the video game called?
No, let's go.
World of Warcraft.
No,
Um,
those days are done.
all right, guys. We'll just jump right in. So you?
Yeah, sure.
All right, cool. Let's kick it over to Jesus. What's
Here's
your
the-
topic
Here's
today?
the conch.
Yeah, conch. Does this guy have a name?
T-Rex.
We'll come up with one.
Tony the T-Rex.
Tony the T-Rex. So my topic this week is so something I'm going through in my personal life. It's not that really that deep, but it's Bell. So about a month ago, some guy knocks on my door, goes, "Hell, do you want cable?" Like Bell, I'm like, no, get out of here. But somehow, as he was walking away, he said something, and I'm like, no, come back. What
The hell you say to me?
Yeah, but like he said, like sale, which is like the word that gets me every time. And then he's like, yeah, for this price, you'll get internet, you'll get phone, you'll get belt, like the cable. And up until that point, for the last 2-3 years, I've been doing no cable, no Rogers, nothing, just straight Netflix, internet. That's it.
It's satellite for your mother.
Yeah, I don't even count that because my mom has on some like
Illegal Spanish.
sketchy satellite system that she uses to watch her Spanish novelas, right?
Yeah.
But there's like no English channels on there. So anyways.
And Prison Break.
Prison Break dubbed in Spanish. Yes, which is really good. Anyways, so we agree to it. We get it in, and it's like a 1-year promotion. It's like $100 for the whole thing. And okay, so we got it, and the first month, I have everything. HBO on demand, all the good stuff. But now they've taken it all away, and I just have I have HD channels. Like I have a sports channel. I have cable. I have CB24.
So you
I have
got
the sports
scammed.
channels.
You got scammed.
No, I knew that. It was like the first month they gave it all the premium channels.
They
Now I
hooked
just have
you,
like
yeah,
the
they-
regular channels, like HD channels and everything, but like regular channels. So my question is, like I'm doing it now. I'm stuck for a year. You don't have cable. Is it worth? You have cable. Is it worth having cable? Like, do we need?
It depends if you want to be legal or illegal type of person.
Do you want to be a criminal or do you not want to be a
Yeah.
criminal?
Is there like I want to balance a
If
fine
NSA is
line.
listening,
When you told me
Just
the topic
kidding.
earlier, I went through my list of TV shows that I currently watch on the regular, and a third are Netflix shows that I watch, which I subscribe to, perfectly legal, and the other 2/3 are Netflix, Showcase, or Showtime, whatever the American one is, and those I just straight up download and steal.
Yeah. And prior to Bell coming into my house a month or two ago, I would use Kodi. Kodi was my thing, and I would stream off Kodi, and it was great. I did all the things, and I found a lot of like UFC fights and all that good stuff. I had no problems there. But now that I have cable, I find myself, for a big example that I noticed is watching baseball a lot more. Like I'm following the Blue Jays. Right?
Mhm.
Hashtag Blue Jays or Go Jays Go.
hashtag our town or something.
Whatever,
Our time.
whatever. But I'm watching it. I'm following it. I'm liking it. I didn't do that when I didn't have cable because I'm not streaming it. Like, it wouldn't be good. Now it's HD. Now it's great. So those are the type of things that CB24, I'm more caught up on my news. I watch like CBC things that I didn't watch before. So it's opened up doors.
It is and isn't worth it. Like, so for me, it comes down to like Steph and I like we have kind of opposing views. Like if it was up to me, especially when we moved into a new house last year, no cable. Just survive off Netflix and then like download something if you really want it.
And you can subscribe to HBO as its own thing now. There's
think
like
now,
HBO Go.
Yeah.
Like
now
that's its own
can.
Netflix kind of thing where you don't need Rogers or
and
Bell.
everything, like the whole back catalog of HBO's on there.
Yeah, and it's great. I was watching the show, like having HBO there on demand. Started watching a show called Girls. You watch Girls?
I used to.
It's weird, but I kind of liked it.
Yeah.
So I started watching that show and like Ballers. I started watching Ballers a little bit. So it opened up my the window to a bunch of other things.
She likes a lot of kind of the reality side of TV.
Yeah, I feel like I've had cable. When I used to have cable and I lived in my parents' house, I feel like 90% of my time was watching Storage Wars. Like that's what I did.
That crap.
Yeah, and
it's just
Tanya
like,
loves that stuff too. She loves.
So you have to
actually, I watched
have
it with her at my Big American Gypsy Wedding.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching last night
Mm-hmm.
on the Learning Channel. Like that, it's hilarious because it's so absurd.
But now I watch this stuff, and like if it went away tomorrow, I wouldn't care.
No, neither would I.
But not for staff, and so like that's her justification. Like that is her like entertainment. Whereas maybe I can move over to like go on the computer, or video games, or something. It's like that's her thing. So it's kind of like justified that way. Because I mean to download 800 episodes of Storage Wars and Pawn Stars and the Kardashians. You would never do that.
You would never like
you would download Game of Thrones. But
Yes.
you wouldn't download Storage Wars.
You know the biggest thing I miss about having cable though, kind of in the same argument, is I don't watch Simpsons anymore. Simpsons used to be that thing. It's always on TV.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what channel it's on there.
Yeah.
And I don't get any. Yeah, that's a huge one too. I don't watch those anymore. I think that's the biggest thing I'm missing from cable.
Yeah, and I occasionally like to just skip through, and occasionally there's like a. Like Two Broke Girls or A Modern Family or one of these things, just put it on, just like, and like I'm on my phone.
That's what I like. It's the background noise, and like when you have people over, what do you do with them?
Yeah,
if you have TV, you can kind of turn it on. It's sort of a background filler. It's sort of a thing.
I just hope people come over when there's like a Leaf game on or a Jersey
because you have a subscription thing to that.
No, well, no, sorry. The hockey, yes, it comes with my cell phone plan with Rogers, NHL Game Center. But with the baseball, I use my parents' login on Sportsnet.ca, and I watch it there.
And like there's something comforting about knowing like when there's nothing to do, I don't want to sit on the computer or whatever. You could turn on the TV and you can just kind of veg out and you just start flipping the channels and then you land on MasterChef.
Yeah, but see, talking about MasterChef, last night I spent an hour watching like this knife forging competition. Like same premise as every other show, panel of judges, 3 competitors, and they're like, and they have to build knives out of things. I think William actually saw that show first and told me about it. And it's just, you're right, like skipping through, found it, watched an hour and a half of it at midnight last night, and it was great. But my other thing is though, is they get you. So now I don't have the HBOs, and there was like the movie network and the super channels, all these cool channels. I don't have that. Or the on-demand features. I don't have any of those anymore. I just have like the regular Sportsnets and TSN. Like, is it worth upgrading to all that premium stuff? And it's like an extra $100 a month or something.
Oh, I don't know.
Or like $50 a month. It's extra money.
And the problem is you can't just get just TSN.
Yes.
Or just you got to get the package.
And see, oh man, like that's the worst. Like they want to know why they're losing business to like the Netflix and just people downloading and Kodi stuff. It's that right there. Like I want HBO. Right? I know you can get HBO Go now or whatever, but I want like HBO Go. I got to get 40 other channels. But if you just let me buy things piecemeal, like $3 a month for that, $4 a month.
But then those little channels wouldn't get anybody.
Not my problem.
That's not my problem.
It's not your problem.
And it's, if anything, that's a sign.
Yeah, like, but it's such like this old mentality of doing TV, and it's just like they're not keeping up. I like these cable companies can go to hell for all I care.
I'm surprised Rogers' current promotion right now, they're giving Netflix as part of like the combo. I don't know if it's an internet plan or their TV
Bell
plan.
has like one of the channels on like Bell is Netflix.
You need I
need a
use
subscription,
it.
yeah.
I use my subscription.
Yeah, Rogers is
me
giving
too.
you a subscription to Netflix.
That's $9 a month though. Like,
But still, they're almost like giving you their competition in a way.
But then it's incentivized. It's a good idea because then, oh, fine, might as well get Rogers. I get Netflix because then if I don't get Rogers, I'm going to pay $9 straight to Netflix and not give
at the end
Rogers
of the day,
my money.
Rogers doesn't care if you watch their channels or not, as long as you're paying their subscription. So that's one way of getting you to pay for a subscription, and watch content maybe, but irrelevant.
Yeah, and then you just binge watch Netflix, and then you're an idiot paying $80 a month for Rogers.
Yeah.
You just pay $9 for Netflix, but
And Link, you said he's starting to watch like some educational stuff. Like
YouTube.
we
man.
were talking about cartoons last week, I think. Like, do I need cable for like my kid? Like, obviously not. He's a newborn, but like when he's 5 or 6, like
he doesn't need to go to PBS and watch Sesame Street anymore because that's probably on YouTube somewhere.
Is Sesame Street like still current? Like, are you watching?
Yeah, because there was a news story where they just fired, or they let go of like Lois and
Big Bird.
all those like
Big Bird's no longer a character.
No, the human characters that were on that show for like 40 years, they
Yeah.
just like fired them all or let go of them all.
Yeah, because they're probably like old.
Yeah,
like
but they're
super
a staple.
old.
But anyways, I
No,
think the show's
staple
still
is
going on.
Big Bird.
I'm not
Oscar
going
the
back.
Grouch.
I'm not going back till they admit that Bert and Ernie are gay. Like just admit it that
Yeah.
they're just gay. Like it's fine. It's fine. It's 2016.
You know what? Actually, you remind me. Like, yeah, I saw like a lot of like Robert Downey Jr. was on the show, like Sesame Street.
Yeah,
I
they
saw
still do
thing.
that. Yeah.
Guest
Alright.
appearances.
So like, are we downloading that or we?
I don't know. Could be on YouTube. Check it.
I don't know. For now, I like cable, especially because Champions League soccer is going to be broadcast on it.
Yeah.
So now it's like more incentive. To me, that's the biggest incentive to now have cable and watch the channels, and I can record them, watch them later. All those things sell it to me. But I will
Live
say I was
sports.
pretty live sport. I think sports alone is like the
Is what's keeping cable alive.
yeah,
It's got to be.
and being able to like just watch live or download and record. It's the one thing. Aside from that, I was pretty happy. Like I missed CP24 a little bit, and like that's my go-to background channel. And occasionally have like some random news about a car exploded or shooting in the East End of Toronto or whatever. Crossbow.
That's kind of the why I don't watch the news. I don't care for
Well, it's
that
all-
type of stuff, like the accident or the shooting.
It's all very negative, but see, and then it's just like, okay, well then, go on your phone, and you got all that news. Especially, just follow CP24 on Twitter, right?
and stuff like
Just
that.
like you can follow us on twitter.com/dadsinthesix.
Nice.
And you can,
That was smooth.
yeah. So I mean, you can just find, like I get all that info too, and now I don't have to.
I wonder if you watched CP24 for 15 minutes, who would get more news? Me being on my phone for 15 minutes or him watching CP24 for 15 minutes?
Then on my phone, I get too distracted. Someone's gonna like text me or like.
You being on your phone doesn't make people text you.
Yeah, it is. People know I'm on my phone. Anyways, I think I'm gonna keep cable for now. Obviously, because I'm on contract, I can't leave. So
Moral of the story.
The moral of the story is I'm not leaving.
Don't
But
sign
I'm,
contract.
but I'm pretty happy with it. I still don't know if I'm gonna go back. And have you thought about going back to?
Not a little bit. No.
What do you miss about not having? Like, do you miss
just the
anything?
Simpsons and Seinfeld type stuff. But other than that,
I could live without it, man.
I've actually been thinking about mass downloading Seinfeld and just getting through it myself in my spare
So
time.
you have Netflix. You have Netflix. I have Netflix. Do you have any other subscriptions? You have a bunch of other subscriptions, don't you? Like your own. Don't tell me about things you.
No, most of it I just download and stream on my Apple TV.
Is there any other things like what about Show Me and
I've always wanted to try them. They have
those
like,
are another
I
one.
have that because of my
Crave.
internet connection. Crave is Bell, Show Me's Rogers, I think.
you don't have any of those?
I have
or
Show Me because it comes with my internet plan or something.
Is it
Don't use it.
at all?
Nope.
Do you use anything else? Have you used Crave or Show Me or?
I wanted to, but I just don't want to pay for it. Like, if I'm already paying $70 for a freaking cable
Yeah.
package a month.
And again, it doesn't. I don't think it offers me anything
I feel like those products
that I don't. What I want.
appeal to the viewer who just wants to throw on Show Me and just find something to watch. Whereas I'm very particular about what I watch. These are my shows. I download them the night they air or the day after. But Show Me, what am I going to go on there and do? I don't feel like watching whatever's on there, Gilmore Girls or something.
That's the
Oh,
thing
it's coming back. Do you hear that?
I know.
for Netflix.
I know.
I can't. I
so
can't.
Good.
That's the other problem. That sometimes like there's too much, and I just scroll for half hour, put things in my like watch list that I will get to, never get to, and then never watch anything.
The only problem with Netflix I find is like there's so much, not junk, but like so many like C-class movies that just kind of fill. Like I was like, you go on there and you see like the DiCaprio movies and you see all the Oscar-winning movies. Like obviously a few months after they're out of theaters or whatever, which is fine. But I've already seen them all. I've seen them all in theaters or I've downloaded whatever. I've already seen all those movies. So all the good movies I've already seen, and then all the other movies I haven't seen probably for a reason. So there's no like sometimes I find there's like no good content on Netflix. What I need though, and I used to have, is like that IPS address changer thinger, where you could watch like Netflix UK, Netflix whatever.
They shut that down.
They shut that down hard. But I need that back because there I would get a whole bunch of content that I really liked, like a lot of like British shows. That's where I started watching Luther.
That's a good show.
Yeah, and because I had I'm like it was really popular on.
That's also on regular Netflix now.
Yeah,
Canadian
I know,
Netflix.
but I picked it up on the
British.
UK one. It was great. So I need that back. I know I need better content.
And they just cost too much, so I don't know. They can all go to hell. Yeah, 100%. Jamie, can I ask you to do the next topic?
Sure. Pet peeves. Let's talk about pet peeves.
All of them.
Oh, how much time do we have?
As much time as you want. This is our podcast, man.
That's right.
Yeah, just walk my dog. Want to do pet peeves? I made a list. I sent it to you. Can we pull that up? Because my phone's recording this.
Yeah. See, I can't think of any pet peeves right now, but I'm one of those people that have 100. Everything bothers me.
You'll probably just see my list and be like, yeah, that one.
Yeah,
I hate that one. That's my pet peeve.
Say one that I'm going to say yes to.
All right. The first one is when hand dryers don't work in the washrooms.
No, I don't really care.
Or when the soap dispensers, the automatic ones, don't work. Not when they're out of soap. You can't.
You're waving around like
Yeah. When you're waving around and doing the whole, like, where is it coming in? You got to, like, the guy's next to you and you got to, like, excuse me. And then you got to butt in front of him and get his. I don't care when it's out of soap. That's a different problem.
Oh, you have to have that awkward, hey, it's not working, huh? Like, and then it's just this weird thing.
But when it's out of soap, okay, they haven't done the rotation yet. They haven't had time to fill it. That's okay. But it's when the actual electronics of it is not working. That bugs me.
Does that bug you? That pet peeve of yours?
No,
I can't say no. And I think it may have been in my younger life. I think as I've gotten older, less things bother me.
Oh, for sure. I'm like that too.
I can't let things get to me. Like I think talked about this last week. Like
just chill out,
my
bro.
blood pressure.
Just chill out, man.
Yeah.
Next one. When people change lanes without signaling.
Ooh,
that's a big one.
Yeah.
There's so many. I can just do a topic on driving pet peeves. But yeah.
Although my wife tells me that I don't use the blinker as much as I should. I think she's crazy.
I probably offend in all of these things.
I use my blink. It will be 4 a.m. on a side road. I use my blinker.
Yeah,
like no one's around.
Yeah,
I use
it's
my
just
blinker.
a habit.
Yeah.
She says I use it, but I sometimes use it too late. But anyways, I use it, and I agree. Like not using your blinkers is like ignorance.
Ignorant, especially on a high. There's so many cars around you. Like, and the thing is, I don't mind when you kind of, if you put the blinker on, kind of come in, and it's kind of like close, but you put your blinker on. It's when you don't, and you kind of cut me off. It's like, bro, like if you'd have just put your blinker on from the start, this would have been over.
What percentage of people do you think their taillight's out, or their blinker light?
None.
Not as long as Vince is out there fixing everyone's cars.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be an issue with this.
Hit up the Canadian Tire in Georgetown.
Yeah.
Tell him Jamie sent you.
No, because I mean that's what like cops are there for. Like cops would book you for that type of things. And plus, when your blinker is broken, like your thing tells you, like it blinks really fast and it tells you, "Hey, stupid, go fix your thing." So I don't think that's an excuse at all.
No,
I think people just suck.
Yeah,
but I think like can we blame it on like young drivers? Like, is it like
no? It's
when we were young,
I think
it's
usually a mid-40s male.
When you were rocking your upper middle class
Z24, yeah.
You know, and you were rocking like you were a cool guy. Were you blinking? Like, was it?
I've never.
Was
not
it cool
signaled.
not to blink?
I've never not signaled. I think.
Yeah. So
I mean, unless I forgot or whatever.
Yeah. No, it's cool to blink, man. Keep your blinkers on, kids.
Good habit to have.
Be that idiot who's driving straight. Like, is he turning right?
Yeah.
Nah, just turn.
What
it
about
off,
people
man.
that leave their blinkers on?
That's what I mean.
Just as bad.
My grandfather does it all the time.
That like negates the purpose of a blinker. Because if you have it on, you're just telling me you're turning.
Which guy's worse?
Because if you leave it on, to me, it's like there's like it's a mistake.
Yeah. No,
if you don't do it, it's not a mistake. It's just you being stupid.
Yeah.
Like you. Or
My grandfather does it all the time, and I remember whenever he used to drive me places when I was younger, like I'd see it flashing, and I felt bad telling him like, "Hey, your blinker's on. You left your blinker on." But it's like flashing on your dashboard.
No,
and his was really loud too, and he didn't hear it.
Yeah, the thing is, new cars now they make it really tiny.
Mine's I can't hear mine.
Subtle.
Yeah, it's subtle. You can't hear it. But back in the day, it was like click, click,
and just to
click,
turn it was like click, click.
Yeah.
Oh man.
All right, let's move on to the next one.
Okay, I agree with that one.
Yeah,
people not picking up their dog shit.
That's a good one. We're all dog owners.
Yeah, I don't.
It's not so much because I witness
me.
it. It's when I see it on the ground. Like, come on, it would have taken you 2 seconds just to pick it up, man.
So I'm guilty. I'm guilty
You're
of.
guilty on a few more that are coming up.
Okay, but this one I'm guilty of.
I basically thought of Jesus and I made this list.
Yeah, I could also.
What would Jesus do?
Yeah. What does Jesus do? Pet peeve. Everything I do. The other day, I looked at myself in the mirror. I'm like, oh man, I'm fat. And then I'm gonna go for a jog, and I brought Tank with me, and I was so motivated to go run. I'm like, I gotta seize this moment of me wanting to go for a jog, and I put on my shoes. I'm like, Tank, nos fuimos, and he let's go. We made it maybe around the block, and on the sidewalk, he just stopped and dropped the giantest deuce right in the middle of the sidewalk. And I was so in a hurry to go running, I didn't bring any poo bags. And so I looked around, there was no one around. There's nothing I can do. It's a giant deuce in the middle of the sidewalk. And so I just turned around and ran home, and then that's it.
Good reason to keep
I ran
running.
literally maybe a kilometer.
That's a good reason to keep
so
running.
because you just confessed, I have a confession to make. Part of the reason that this list came up in my mind today was because I was taking Coda on a walk, and I was actually picking up poop, and then it brought me back to a story about last week where I was walking Coda, and I was on my cell phone. We were doing something with the podcast. I was on my phone checking to see if an upload was working or whatever, and I was very distracted. Coda pooped, and I didn't notice. And I didn't have poop bags on me for some reason. No, sorry, I did have poop bags on me, but I didn't notice that she pooped. Anyways, I walk all the way through the park, and I'm on the other side of the park, and all of a sudden I hear a lady yell out hey! And I'm like, oh shit, did Coda take a poop? And I turn around. I had sunglasses on, so I made it look like I was kind of really looking that way. And she was walking her dog, and she yelled, do you not have any poop bags? And I kind of just again pretended I didn't acknowledge her, and I just kept walking. Because at that point, what I was supposed to do? Walk up to her. I didn't want to walk up to her and have that whole awkward conversation. I was busy on my phone or something.
You're that guy.
I'm a doctor.
So that's the first time. So I've had my dog for 4 years now, and I almost swear that's maybe my first or second time not picking up. And that was the one time
you got called
someone caught me and called me out.
See, I don't walk Tank too much around my neighborhood. If I'm walking Tank, I'm going out to a park, or I'm going out. So sometimes I like walking him through the woods. If he dumps in the middle of the woods,
It's all good.
it's all good. No one's yelling at squirrels for pooping everywhere, right? Although Tank's poops are pretty
All lives matter, though.
aggressive. I don't know what that means. I know what it means, but anyways. But yeah, I try to. I make an effort. When I go out for walks downtown, I bring a poo bag.
I couldn't
I
imagine
think
your
you
dog
should.
taking a shit
I
in the
do.
middle of Young and Dundas, and then you just leaving it there.
Yeah, it's happened. Tank's I don't know what he's the worst. We're walking.
I would have
will
bought a
not-
hot
Queen
dog.
Street?
Hot
Queen
dog.
Street?
Take the bun.
And he'll just stop and just blah.
Coda will not poop anywhere other than grass. She won't poop on a sidewalk.
Tank has no shame. He'll poop anywhere. But so I always have poo bags on me. There's a couple times I haven't, and I've kind of had to run away from the scene.
Yeah, man, get out of there.
But I'm pretty good at that.
All right.
That's a good one.
Employees at fast food restaurants, and I know this because I worked fast food, and I took pride in being able to multitask. So employees at fast food restaurants that can't multitask and take multiple orders. So sometimes when you're at a McDonald's, for example, nice old little lady will come up, take your order, right? Or the person in front of you, and then go fulfill that complete order when really she could be taking 3 or 4 orders, just getting them going. You know what I mean? That's always bugged me.
But I think the managers yeah, that doesn't bother me too much because first, I don't know.
I think people could be more efficient.
Right. But that's more the manager because I don't think it's necessarily the coworker's fault because they could be told if it's a slow day, take the order, fulfill the order, and then take the next one. If it's really really busy, they're take orders. There's another dude over here who's filling it up.
Is that what you instructed your people to do at Colossus when you worked there?
No, we had assembly line. Time system. There's a cashier, get the orders. Orders would go on a little magnet-y thing.
So it's a dedicated cashier.
Yeah.
So it's a minor one. That's a minor one.
That doesn't matter.
Okay, so branching off of that,
Okay.
people who are in line ordering food get to the front of the line and then not know what they want.
That's a big one. But I will say sometimes though,
I guess.
In defense of this guy.
You offend?
I don't offend often and probably never. It's just that sometimes I can't see the menu, especially in drive-thrus, until I get to the front.
Well, drive-thrus, come on.
Right? So I have to get there, look at the menu. And sometimes they're I drive up. They're how can I help you? And I'm I don't know what I want yet because I just got to the
Can
menu.
you wait, lady?
Yeah, I just got to the menu.
Yeah.
Right? In a store, it's a little different because I can see the menu from a while back. And sometimes I'm really indecisive. And I use this line all the time and it works. I'm deciding between a Big Mac and a double quarter pounder. You choose. Sometimes
You put that on them.
I put it on them.
I used to do that a lot. I don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
You're a dick.
Why? It's literally. I'm just like you pick. You click a button. You
Oh
tell
man,
me
I
which
would
one.
throw like a McChicken in there and just screw your whole day over.
Or a filet of fish.
Yeah,
Yeah. Who orders that?
I had one the other day. It's
that's all right.
This is the Jesus one right here.
Ooh.
pretty good.
People who are chronically late, not one-offs.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah.
Like I'm going to be there in 5 minutes. 1 hour later.
Severe anxiety.
I'm an offender. I'm still an offender, no doubt. Have I not gotten a little better? Like,
We've recorded 3 of these so far, and you haven't. This is the first time you've been on time today.
no, what? I was here before Nick last week.
Wait, no. What am I thinking of?
I don't know what you're thinking of.
He was here before me last week.
And then the first episode,
No, the first episode. No, because I remember you were on the way or something, and you never showed up.
yeah, I'm coming from.
He dropped a bottle of scotch.
I
that
talked about
day.
Scott. Yeah, that was the day.
He had a rough day.
Anyways, but you're right. I am late. I don't know what it is about me.
I just don't get.
I make a conscious effort nowadays to be less late,
Mm-hmm.
if that makes sense. But tardiness, it's just in my bloodline.
I don't get like to be late gives me anxiety.
Yeah.
Like to be like and knowing that I'm already late before I've even left my house or something like that. Like I might as well just not show up.
It's tougher. It's tougher now with the kid. But what I'll do with the kid is if someone's expecting us at 10 o'clock, I am on my GPS refreshing like a madman to know exactly what time. We need to be out of the house at 9:23. So we get there for 10 o'clock.
Mhm.
That's the type of person I am.
Clearly not the type of person I am.
No.
I'm like, we got to be there for 10. I'm sure
Or
we'll
just
leave
people,
at
like people who are
9:55.
late every day for a very specific time, like 9 o'clock, and you show up at 9:10 every day. Leave 10 minutes early. Like, why can't you fix that? Like,
Yeah.
why can't you just?
Yeah, even at work, I'm not. Even though I'm in the army, like it's punctuality is a thing. I bend that rule slightly here and there. I don't know. It's a disease.
Well, maybe in the fake army they don't really care about that. So.
Mm-hmm.
Every week I want that running joke going. Every week.
This studio's gonna be in flames one day.
And my last one is my biggest one.
Mhm.
Personally, this is my number one pet peeve. People who don't know the difference or can't use or mistype your and there and there.
Ooh, look like
That is
grammar police type thing.
Yes, I will take it upon myself to correct every single person that misuses that whenever they do.
So why are you still friends with William?
We're not. We are not friends.
But can you?
No kidding, William. I love you.
Big
we
fan of the
not-
show.
Big fan. Of
Yeah, he is. He's literally one of our
Number one.
he's probably our biggest fan.
Yeah.
Can we not like give him a little bit of leniency in saying that, not William particularly, people in like autocorrect?
And nowadays, I guess, but like I can't even let that slide myself.
No, I can't either.
And I don't know. The autocorrect's pretty decent.
Like-
Like it should be able to.
Like I
Facebook statuses. I mean, come on.
it's the apostrophe.
Yeah. So my actual note was not only the yours and the theirs and stuff. It was also just apostrophe use in general. Like if you're pluralizing your name, Jesus' sandwich, because that you'd have a sandwich.
I'd have a sandwich. I love sandwiches.
Jesus apostrophe.
Yeah, I know how that works.
Yeah, but some people just don't.
No, I know. But who we blame?
I'm blaming texting in general.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Like texting.
Well,
the
you
fact
see
we
it
use-
more since like phones. You know, everyone has a phone now. It's just like you see it all the time, right?
Yeah,
Before it's just like your essay that you hand into your teacher.
yeah.
But like now it's just like everyone's writing to each other, so you see it all the time. And it's just like
Yeah, texting has become like slang almost. You know.
But I think even when we text and with our super friends and all that good stuff, we might have spelling mistakes or not use the proper to or the your or whatever, right? Or there. That's one thing. But we're not doing like, you know, like completely like GTGs and like acronyms and short
I think
forms of everything. We're not doing that. That would annoy the crap out of me.
Smartphones, I think, fix that because
When you type OMW on iPhone, it says "on my way" with an exclamation mark. But I don't like it because I don't want it to be that exciting.
yeah, it's
I don't want the exclamation mark there.
never excited when Jesus comes.
No. But like, you know, like I'm talking about like 16-year-old girl texting where every word
But do
is
they do that
unnecessarily abbreviated.
Do they do that anymore?
I don't know.
I think so.
I feel like with autocorrect, like things just spell out normally now. I feel like I don't see it anymore. Back when you had the T9, that
No,
stuff.
What
I get-
13-year-old girls are you texting?
Well, you never know. But
But even like, not even like I don't want to say names, but I'm trying to think of some like adults that, maybe they're trying to be cool or something like that, they'll text and will use like, I can't even think of it, but like short forms of words that aren't necessary. Just type out the full word. Like you might literally, it's one less letter. Like you, the letter U instead of the word you.
You are like.
Yeah, exactly. That's the type of stuff I'm talking about. That is my pet peeve.
Are you here?
What about you? Do you have anything to add?
My pet peeves, no, I don't know. If I had more time to think about it, I could give you a list. But a lot of them revolve around driving, and I think the biggest one is when you're waiting to turn right, but you can't because there's a car coming. You're like, all right, this guy's coming, right? Can't go right, and then he turns right onto your street. It's like, but no blinker. So it's just like I could have gone 30 seconds. Like, I could have gone. I hate that. Like just sitting there. It's like, oh, this asshole was turning the whole time.
Do you have road rage? Either of you have like road rage?
No.
Only when I see someone else with road rage do I get triggered. And then if I'm on the highway, I will purposely try to help block in that jerk that's trying to weave through thing. And I'm not being dangerous necessarily. I'm just trying to have him calm the fuck down. Just if he's stuck in this lane, passive aggressively calming him down
makes it worse.
Maybe.
But I feel like I've seen you, and I mean, I'm not saying I'm without sin, but I've seen you be that guy that like goes like the right lane to get off at an Spadina exit. The right lane on the Gardner, packed for a kilometer back. Everyone, and you go on the left lane and then cut in. Yeah. So that is one of my pet peeves.
Yeah, it is mine too when other people do it.
That I will say is my pet peeves. Anyway, I love driving things. I feel because like.
The best place for that is 400 ramp over by Crossroads when you're getting onto the 400 North coming east on the 401.
Yeah.
Goes back all the way to like past Weston Road.
Yeah.
Not waiting in that. Not waiting.
Nobody got time for that.
You just wait till there's an 18-wheeler that's just doesn't have a nice takeoff.
Yeah.
We get right in there.
Yeah, there's a thin line. But I hate that. I hate you for that type of stuff.
Well,
yeah.
But pet peeves for me, a lot of driving related things. But everything used to bother me. I think still things do bother me, but like I think with older age I've gotten like calmer. I don't things get to me anymore. But you brought up some good ones.
Ain't no time for that, right? So.
What do you bring for us today?
My topic?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's move on to topic 3. My topic, I want to know your morning routines.
Or lack thereof.
I was gonna say like Jamie hasn't seen a morning
or lack thereof. So I don't know. Maybe I'll start with mine because it's my topic. And so for me it's very specific. I'm trying to get up earlier. Well, I have a baby that kind of does that to you naturally, and then so I like to go to the gym. So the only time for me to go to the gym now is kind of like in the morning before they kind of wake up. So I get up, I don't know, 6:30. I let the dog out. I feed the dog. She then cries to come back inside. Didn't pee like I wanted her to. I yell at her. So we do that whole thing in the morning. That's part of our routine now. She gets back in. I go downstairs. So I have my own bathroom downstairs just for me. And I go in there and I do my toilet thing or whatever. And then...
Poop.
Sorry?
Toilet things like you go poop?
Yeah.
Poop?
All those toilet things.
Yeah, okay.
Are you the type of guy that has your cell phone on you or like a newspaper, magazine?
Oh, cell phone. And if anything, that delays my morning routine because I'm on my cell phone longer.
Yeah.
So it depends. So this is where it deviates now because now with the gym, I have like routine A, B, C. So I go A.
We need like a whiteboard.
Yeah, and some sort of flow chart. Like, are you going to the gym today? Yes. And I think gym now is my main one because I get more gym in the morning. So I'm getting ready at the gym more often now, which now I have to start changing it. Because if I'm at home and I'm going to work and it's a weekday, then I have a very specific routine. Then it's just
talk to me about tomorrow. Tomorrow's a work weekday, right?
I'm going to the gym.
So you're going to the gym. So talk to me what your routine would look like tomorrow.
Do you shower, go to the gym, and then shower again?
No.
Or you just sloppy-potamus, go to the gym?
Sloppy-potamus. I brush my teeth.
Thank you.
Maybe I splash water on my face.
Okay.
I eat something kind of small, like a banana or like an English muffin or something, but mostly just kind of like a banana, or sometimes nothing at all, and then I eat breakfast after. Take a scoop of like pre-workout to get going, to fuel this.
Get the gains in.
Yeah, get the gains in, and then go to the gym. And then once I'm at the gym, no big deal. Crush a couple workouts, back buys, whatever, tries.
Those are muscles, right?
Yeah, those are things you use to open jars of pickles.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's leg day, but
Don't skip it.
No, you can't
Don't
skip
skip
it.
it.
I've learned that lesson. So yeah, I go there, and then so I bring everything to the gym. So I shower after my workout. But see, that routine is limited because I bring more of a toiletry bag. So I don't shave, and I want to shave every day. I don't use my face moisturizer. I don't use my face wash as often as I need. So I need to do these things, and I can't do them at the gym. So for me, my preferred routine is the morning where I'm not going to work or not going to the gym. So I get into the bathroom, do my toilet things. I declothe.
It's good.
Get
good
the shower
idea.
going.
It's a good idea, yeah.
Get the shower. I just mental image, right? I stare at the mirror, whatever.
Yeah, check
Flex.
yourself out. Yeah, of course.
Get the water going. So I'm gonna shave. So I gotta
You shaving in the shower?
No, not a savage. Listen,
Do you see the gift he got us for groomsmen?
I did.
there's a big difference between shaving and then like shaving properly. So I get the water
That's a whole
going.
different topic.
I get the hot water going. Right.
It's an hour-long special
Yeah,
shaving
I get the
podcast.
soap blooming. Anyways, and then I hop in the shower. Well, you follow the 3 S's. I'm all over the place here because this is very important to me.
Yeah,
You shit, you shower, and you shave.
right.
Those are the 3 S's, and in that order. You break that order, you have to start your morning over again. Like at least I have to, because how many times have you shit, showered, had to shit again, get out,
I got
to
to twice in
re-shower?
my life. Twice.
twice?
Yeah. Man.
Well, you're doing better than me. So you get out there, I shower, I shave, then put deodorant on
Yeah.
in that order.
Yeah.
So I'm not wearing a shirt again. I'm just wearing the towel.
No, see, I've changed that. See, I just
Oh.
want to. I used to be like deodorant, then go, but I wear a T-shirt, and sometimes when I put deodorant on and then put a T-shirt on,
Yeah, no.
I get deodorant
Yeah.
lines on
So
my
why do you do
T-shirt.
that?
So I put a T-shirt on, then put deodorant.
That's. Oh, right.
Right.
I wear dress shirts.
Right.
Okay. That's like so I just go on.
Yeah,
but-
exactly.
Yeah. Okay. I see what you're saying. And then dress, face moisturize,
After you're dressed.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I'm just wondering. Just
You're
wanted
getting
to
me so
clarify.
exhausted.
Yeah, man. I always roll up my sleeves. Like I can't wear dress shirt with my sleeves down, so I gotta roll that up. It's part of the thing. It's like 4 rolls. It's very specific.
It's Army standards. Army standards is
What is it like here?
4 fingers from the elbow, and the fold itself should be 4 fingers wide. So thick fold, too thick for a normal T-shirt,
Yeah.
but 4 fingers thick, 4 fingers from the elbow. That's Canadian
I'll try
Forces
that one
standard.
tomorrow. I don't think I can roll it. Come on.
The guns.
You think I can roll it
Not
out
gonna
that
I
far?
could give you like 3 fingers here, then 4 up here. I couldn't do 4 down here. My bicep would be popping everywhere.
Yeah, I know. You want to intimidate the other males
No.
everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
So moisturize my elbows.
You're dressed. You're moisturizing. Okay.
Hair product.
Oh, we're still going with this.
hair product.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is important. So I only use a water-based pomade. Suavecito. Sponsor us. They're based out
We're,
of
we're not getting any spot.
Palo Alto, California. And so this is important to dry your hair very thoroughly with a towel.
Mm-hmm.
I comb it.
I feel like you're taking notes. Like
Wait, you can listen back to this. It's on
every,
YouTube.
every morning, this is step by step. And then you product starts from the back forward.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that?
Nope.
Okay. You don't want to load up with the product at the front because then that's going to show how you're balding because you're going to get the clump, you're going to get the heavy stuff at the front. It's going to show this stuff. So you go from the back, massage it in.
Mm-hmm.
You're kind of combed in. You're nice. Aftershave, if I've shaved at that point, well, I probably have. And then breakfast, and then I'm gone. But there's a certain
So how
pride.
long from the moment, like your moment you turn, like you get out of bed to the moment
Which
you're
was
out the
6:30.
door? 6:30. What time's your alarm set?
Let's assume if I'm not going to the gym, that's where I have this time to shower, like at home, shave, and all that. 40 minutes.
You're out the door? Or
No.
So
like between the shit, shower, shave, dress, hair product, moisturizing, 40 minutes.
But okay, but we're talking about the whole routine. So breakfast. So like, what time do you wake up and what time you go out the door?
If I have to go to work for 9, I'm up at like 7:15. I'm out the door by 8:40.
I couldn't be further different from you.
Yeah, I'm
But
way
there's a certain
off.
pride. I love it. Like
No, I'm
there's a
Yeah, good
I'm,
for
I'm
you.
proud for you. Like I think it's awesome.
I just
But-
took 7 minutes to explain my morning routine.
like I couldn't be more opposite. If I have to be at a client for 10, which is my usually go-to time, I will be out the door to the minute of when I have to be there. To
On
account,
time,
account
of
for
course.
driving to be
Yeah,
on
yeah,
time.
yeah.
And so let's assume I need to leave my house at 9:15. I will usually wake up at 9 and give myself 15 minutes to shower, do the whole morning like pooping and stuff like that.
That's insane. So you got to be out the house at 9:15. You're waking up at 9.
Yeah.
So
but I probably won't eat till lunch. So that's
Breakfast
time.
is
That's
important.
time I should be dedicating to the morning, but I don't.
I'm
But I'm
with
not
you, Jen.
shaving on a work morning. I save that for the weekend. I don't grow that fast, so I save that for the weekend or the evening. I'll take like an evening shower. I don't go to no gym. Coda doesn't get a morning walk.
You don't go to a gym?
No, dude. I sign up
How do you
every
get that
year
back?
on January 2nd, and I stop going by January 4th. And I'm locked in for a year on contract.
I'm with Jamie on this one. So my routine has changed slightly since starting to work full time in the military, because I used to do night showers, and I did that because they would literally give me an extra 10 minutes in the morning of sleeping.
Every minute counts, man.
So I need about 30 minutes turnaround time from out of bed to out the door, because I'm out the door. I wake up. I go straight to the shower.
Yeah.
Like, I don't.
I feel you. Amen.
Nothing. Don't look around. Nothing. Get up.
Don't even say hi to your kid.
Nothing. Well, he's only nothing. Just up and straight to the shower.
Yeah.
I shower. Very basic routine as well, right? Head, start from top
There's no time
down.
for playtime in there.
Oh, man, I didn't even go how I clean in the shower, but
No,
we're running out of time.
I'm business
No,
too.
we don't
like,
need the color commentary.
like during the week, I don't even condition. Like I condition usually, but I don't even condition during the week. Sometimes
You're
I don't even
gross.
have time. Yeah.
This is why I used to keep the number 2 shave, because that saves me like 30 seconds in the shower.
No, I condition like every other day, but like it's business. Like shampoo, wash face, then condition. Like boom, business. I'm out of the shower in 10 minutes. Then I go straight to the sink. I shave first, right? Because I have
Gotta
to
take
shave.
advantage of those open pores.
And I have to shave, and that's why I shower in the morning now, because I'm shaving every morning. I have to shave, and I like the open pores. So I have to shave every morning for work. Brush my teeth. Do my hair. I do a little bit of product. I don't do back to
We'll
front.
start from the back.
I'm gonna keep that in
Yeah.
mind though. That's a good note.
Yeah.
And then I normally like to lay out my clothes and my stuff the night before. Like it's kind of a pet peeve of mine. Going back to your topic, to like in the morning be like, oh, what am I gonna wear? Well, I wear a uniform, but like, what am I gonna wear?
What camouflage am I gonna
I wear
wear
the same
today?
thing every day. Or like figure out like whatever. And
Does the fake army wear camouflage?
Yeah. We get one more week of that, and I think we have to stop.
So like my life's easy in that sense. So I just go. I wear the same green undershirt, same uniform every single day. Like the longest part of me getting dressed in the morning is putting on my boots because I like lace them up and tie them up and they're a pain. And then breakfast, I'll go through like phases where I'm like, I'm gonna start having breakfast in the morning.
Same here.
And I'll wake up.
You don't have breakfast?
No.
You're disappointing me the most because I thought you would get
I
it.
know,
You have hair. B, you need to shave. C, you're in the army.
I know,
So
I know.
figured you'd be like,
So are you eating like me, like around lunchtime, your first meal?
Yeah, a lot of times.
aren't you starving?
Yes. and then listen, I'm one of those. I'm the worst type of person because I know better. And
Yeah.
yet I don't do it. I know all the things. Like I feel like I could talk to people and tell them how to do better at things. Yet I don't do the things that I'm telling people to do because I know breakfast is key.
Nick's
I know,
Nick's tilted.
and I know like you got me a nice razor when you got married. As we were your groomsmen, and you got us a nice gift. You got us a nice razor. I don't use that in the mornings, and although I love to use it in the mornings because it takes that much extra time.
Yeah, I don't know how you shave.
I
with
use a
that razor
3-blade Gillette
in 40 minutes.
because it's that much quicker, right? And I'd love to use the straight blade or the straight edge
Safety razor.
shave, yeah, but it takes so much time.
I
So I'm out the door, and
It's okay, buddy. It's okay.
at most I'll I have a Tassimo. I'll make myself a coffee.
oh my God, you're disgusting.
Yeah, I'll make myself a Tassimo, and I'm out the door. And if I'm like
No.
wake up hungry, I'll grab a banana.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
That's it.
So you try to have a coffee every morning?
I need coffee. If
Yeah,
not,
I need to.
luckily, like
I've
the
purposely
Army,
avoided it.
Every soldier I know, actually no, there's one guy I know. But, coffee is like our blood is half coffee.
I love
half.
coffee. It's one of my favorite drinks, but I've not become a morning coffee drinker because I've seen what happens to people.
I haven't even
What's happening
mentioned.
to me? What's wrong with me?
No, it's just they have to have their coffee.
Oh, yeah, I
Vanessa
never.
used to despise coffee. She started to have it every morning, but when she was going to work. Now she
it's
doesn't
just-
have it. She goes crazy.
Like we get it's funny for us when we work on Mondays when we get together. My team that we work together, we get to the office at 9, and by like 9:15 we all like have a meeting at the coffee shop down the street.
So
We need our coffee.
I missed like a lot of other points in my like I throw in a pot of coffee. So while Cookie's out there peeing, I set the coffee. It's going. It's making. So by the time I'm back upstairs, coffee's done. Again, if I'm not going to the gym and I have that extra time, so that 40 minutes, I'm not sitting around for another 30 minutes. I make hot breakfast, like eggs, bacon, like.
Whoa, that's a Saturday treat.
yeah,
No,
like
man.
that's a special event. If I'm making
Eggs, and that's that, like eggs, bacon, and then I clean that shit. Like I clean the pan. I like
On my best weekday, I get myself cereal.
and then
That's
I make extra bacon, so that bacon's there for So then there's bacon there, so I make extra bacon. Oh my god, I do. I enjoy this as I like sleep like the rest of you, but
So I have maybe a little bit of justification. I'm a night owl, so I'm up till probably 2 or 3 every
I'm with
weeknight.
him.
So if I need to be a client for 10, they can't suffer because I'm staying up late. So I need every minute of sleep I can get.
Well, no, I don't justify like that, but I'm up. Like Tanya will go to bed around 10 to 11 p.m.
Yeah, what time are you going to bed?
no later than midnight.
That's crazy.
That midnight is probably the earliest. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I'm going to bed at midnight if I'm not feeling well.
Yeah.
Like if I'm going to bed at midnight, Tanya will say like,
So
are you okay?
We're getting the same amount of sleep.
Yeah.
6 hours, 7
Yeah,
hours.
6, 7 hours.
I'm
yeah.
still up by 6:30 if I'm going to the
And
gym.
I'll give you all the reason. Like I'm saying, you're doing it right. You're doing it right.
Mm-hmm. We can only aspire.
And funny that you brought this up. I was like, again, I know what I need to do to be better, yet I don't do it. And I was just thinking to myself the other day, like all I have to do, and like, I feel like would improve the quality of my life significantly, is wake up at 7.
Yeah.
There's a gym at my work, like the building
That's
I work.
the other
in,
thing.
I don't use it,
I would
know.
kill for a gym at my
and
work.
it's a nice gym. All I gotta do is wake up at 7. That's it. If I wake up at 7, I can wake up, shower, make myself a breakfast, like
Bacon and eggs.
eggs.
Egg whites.
I was doing
Protein.
egg white, but I can do like even like a boil an egg, which I'm fine with, and I was doing like half an avocado.
Yeah, delicious.
That was my breakfast I was doing for a little bit. It was great. And with a coffee, I can maybe actually brew some coffee and stuff. Actually, I like the Tassimos.
They're not horrible. They're not horrible.
Yeah,
but
I'm okay with it. And then get to my work.
smash a workout.
Yeah, smash a workout.
I would kill for that.
Shower there.
Kill
And the thing is,
for
I have
that.
my own office too. Like I can have my uniform in there, and then be at my desk for like, and I'm supposed to be work at 9, but I usually book my first appointment for like 10 a.m. So like be at my desk anywhere between 9 and then have some time to check my emails and stuff and have my appointment at 10. I could get it all done if I woke up at 7. The problem is I cannot wake up at 7.
And technically, like last week and the week before, last week I didn't go to the gym once in the morning, and the week before was the first time I went to the gym every morning, Monday to Friday. So I'm trying to do that. And so technically my routine then has to start at night, because then I pack my gym bag with my work clothes. Because then that's where I have to maximize my sleep too. I don't need time to like pick out my clothes. I already just pull out my gym clothes, so just sitting there, I throw it on, and then I go. But technically, yeah, my routine has to start like before I go to bed. It's I don't know.
I'll touch on it when we get to your dad topic in a couple minutes, but I'm gonna have a rude awakening in a few years, like 3 or 4 years when Lincoln starts going to school.
When you have your second child,
Stop.
it's happening.
Don't give her ideas.
It's happening. It's
I don't know,
happening.
man. I enjoy my morning routine.
And I give you
think
I give you all the kudos. I give you all the kudos, but
Actually, we have upstairs. We have a little picture frame, and Vanessa printed out like 50 of our her Instagram photos, and they're in like a little
I mean
thing.
to do that. That's really smart.
They're in like a little thing, and you can like postcards. You can flip through them. Anyways, it's always been a picture of Coda, and just the other day she switched it to a picture of her being pregnant. And I haven't mentioned this to her yet, but I thought it was like subliminal messaging.
Wait till she watches this next.
Or
Monday.
it was supposed to be like a hidden Easter egg, like saying like surprise. No,
Just wait. Like, yeah, it's happening.
he'll
And-
be the first, I think.
And for the record,
We'll probably
Give or take. Who cares?
Babies. They're coming. They're here.
Steph still takes longer to get ready than me, for the record. I'm not like this 40-minute, like... And if I need to, I can guy out and hop. I just want everybody to know that. Like, I can do the 10-minute...
You can be the cool guy.
I can be cool.
And I'm not saying that the way I am because of the Army. I know a lot of Army guys that have a similar routine to you, and that's good. But in the Army, like, when you wake up, normally, like, you're not even allowed to wake up ahead of, like, you're told to wake up at this time. Like, Reveille is 6, you wake up at 6. I remember, like, some guys were like, oh, I'm going to wake up at 5:30, get a head start in the day. And like, you'd get yelled at. No, you stay in place until 6. You wake up at 6, and then you have X amount of time to do everything you have. So, like, you have to shit, shower, and shave. But normally, depending on where you're training, there's, like, 6 showers. I remember when I first did my basic training, there was 6 showers, like 30 guys. We had 30 minutes for all of us to shower, shave, brush our teeth, like do our morning routines, get back to our bunk space, get dressed, and be ready for inspection. Like 30 to 40 minutes. That's
I could
it.
do that. I think I
so.
could,
Like the shower was literally like no one had time for shampoo. Like shampoo was not a thing. It was like wash your face, wash your armpits, you know, this region, your butt, and
your stomach.
Yeah, stomach. And out the door. Like if you saw a guy like washing his arms, you'd punch him right in the head, naked and all, because there's no time for that. There's no time to be washing your arms. Like water will get that area.
Yeah.
So like the morning routine when you're like on course like that, it's totally different.
Anyways, what's your morning routine? Let us know in the comments below.
Yeah, I want to know.
I will say like I'm gonna try to make my routine more like yours.
All right, I'll wake you up every morning at 6.
Is it another
Seven.
Yeah, you
Seven.
know another one of my pet peeves when someone says I'm going to try to do this and they don't, because you're not going to try to make your routine like his.
Similar. Like as long as if I can wake up,
Do
like
the
I said,
gym.
Like I've done the math. Like you know that they did the math. Like that, I did the math. If I wake up at 7, my life, I would be jacked. I'd be fit. I would be
An Adonis.
if I just woke up at 7, and I just can't. Every morning I'm like,
once
7?
in a blue moon, I have to be up for something 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Those days, how does the saying go? The world is your oyster.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you have so much time, so much spare time to do anything you wanted.
I love by the time
you're
at
done work by noon. You get home. It's like the whole day's ahead of you.
I'm at work by 9:30. I've like done 3 hours of shit. Like I like that.
Yeah, you're sitting down at work.
No,
and
I've gone
I'm getting
to
out
work,
of bed.
and I have a couple of coworkers that live in like one guy used to live in Innisfil, and he would drive like an hour and a bit to work, and he has twins, so his morning routine is like insanity. He's waking up at 4 a.m. to get to work for 9 type thing, and I currently live 10 minutes from work, like a 10-minute drive from my work.
We'd step our game up,
and it would be times and be like, we had a meeting and we'd be together at like 9 o'clock. And then like, I would literally get out of bed 25 minutes ago. 25 minutes ago, I opened up my eyes, realized the time, like rushed, got here on time or shortly after because I'm always late. And he's like, I woke up like 3 hours ago.
classic you. So anyways, let us know below. Like, subscribe, share, all that stuff. Jesus. This is not going to be under an hour.
Is that what we were trying? Under an hour?
He kind of made a reference to it at the beginning. Topic 4, the parenting / dad topic, brought to you by Jesus Castillo. What's going on?
So this week I want to talk about our kids are all small, almost to be a year, 3 months, 2 months, and there's a lot to look forward to. You know, Lincoln is just about walking. You know, a few months we'll be crawling. Sebastian is like smiling now. I'm really looking forward to him starting to giggle. Like when I hear Lincoln giggle, I love it. Like giggling, baby laughs, greatest thing in the world, right? So there's a lot to look forward to, and then the first words and all that good stuff. But my question is, guys, what are you not looking forward to? What's the one thing that you're like dreading that you kind of expect will happen as part of a child's normal progression?
This is a sick segue off the last topic.
Okay, go for it.
Him having a morning routine, being it get ready for school, daycare, packing his lunch, getting him dressed, like bathed, all that sort of stuff, and me having to wake up earlier.
But okay, right now you've gotten this far, not having to do any of those things. Like Vanessa's been really, really good about doing most of that stuff for you. Or like I know you do stuff. I'm not saying you don't, but like Vanessa's really taking the lead on that type of stuff. Why is it going to change? Why do you think like all of a sudden like, you don't think she's going to be waking up and getting dressed and doing all that stuff?
Especially because she works the 9 to 5.
No, but right now doesn't have to go anywhere to go. She herself doesn't have to get ready. So he's all that is to be taken care of and get done. Let's say she was going back to work tomorrow and Link was starting school tomorrow because tomorrow would be the first day of school.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to get ready. She's got to get ready. And they both got to be out of the house by probably 8 o'clock to get where they need to go. Whereas I'm a little bit more relaxed and I don't have to go to a client and stuff yet. So there's no way she's going to be able to do all that while getting ready herself.
You probably can. It's just a matter of like, I'm not trying to get you out of doing stuff. By all means, do stuff.
No, try.
But I'm pretty sure, I mean, it's just a matter of having it all figured out. And like having like a routine.
Yeah,
where
the
it's
lunch,
like,
the morning, the breakfast or the lunch being made the night before, stuff like that.
yeah, or like you wake him up and dress him, or like
she'll wake up
she'll
earlier.
jump in the shower. Like she'll wake up, jump in the shower first, then wake up, get him ready, then she'll get ready. Blah blah. I don't know.
Yeah,
You're
I
right.
can't picture her doing that all that.
But you're right. You probably will have to,
especially because I don't
help.
eat breakfast, but my kid should. I would think.
Yeah.
So like someone's gonna have to make the breakfast. You know, Vanessa's gonna be showering, getting,
which is like
her morning routine's
cereal.
like probably like an hour plus.
But the baby, it all depends on your kid. Like some kids are just like don't want to cooperate. Like, and that could be day to day. Like don't cooperate. So that could eat up a half hour of your day just getting him dressed. If he's cooperative, they can get him dressed right away, kind of easily, feed him easily. But you know, there'll be those days where he doesn't want to get out of bed, where dressing him is like a nightmare, where you dress him and then he poops himself.
He won't eat breakfast.
He won't eat breakfast, right? That's like a half hour window you need to have there to work with, which is going to be different for us because we kind of plan our mornings to the T.
My gym has a daycare. So no, I'm not missing this workout, kid. Vamos. No, Steph already said she'd kill me though.
Yeah, I things like my work has a daycare. Like right across, like it's part of the whole army thing, right across the street where he's probably going to go. So my advantage is that my kid has to be ready for whenever I leave. Right? Not so much like he doesn't have to arrive at any particular time, or like I'll probably be taking him to the daycare, most likely, most mornings.
Well, I don't see why you wouldn't.
Yeah.
It's like on the parking lot.
Yeah, I think Vanessa will be bringing.
Yeah, it's in the parking lot. Yeah.
Vanessa will be bringing him, and I'll be picking him up. I think that's going to be our routine.
What was the question again?
What are you not? It's your question.
So you're not looking forward to the morning routine that you have coming like soon, right?
He starts mid-November.
Starts daycare. Are you ready for that? Like, do you have any anxiety other than the routine?
I am looking forward to it in the sense that before Vanessa was on mat leave, when she'd go to work and I was maybe working from home that day, man, it was just like whole house to myself all day till Vanessa gets home at like 5 o'clock. That I'm gonna get back. So I am looking forward to that portion.
Yeah, okay, that is something to look forward to.
When's the last time your house was empty and you were just there by yourself?
Actually, it's funny enough you bring that. 2 days ago.
Okay. And how was it?
And I called it. I told Tanya, I'm like, this is the third best day of my life.
See?
Day Sebastian was born, number 1. Day I married her, number 2. Third, the day she like had to do something, like she left at like 9 o'clock in the morning or 8 o'clock in the morning, and I had the day off work or something, or I just didn't go to work. I don't know if my boss is watching it or not. But and I had the whole day. Like she had the baby, so I had no responsibility there. It was just me and the dogs. Me and the dogs just hang out, and it was just like it was the whole day. Because she didn't come home till late that evening. Her parents were in from out of town, so she went to have dinner with them. And I was able to do. So the thing is, so going back to the topic before, I actually used to have like a cool like night routine. Now that's changed because when I used to live by myself, I used to love like kind of doing laundry and organizing my laundry, putting it all away, things like that. I don't do that as much now. I don't know why, but being married has ruined that for me. But I got to do that. I got to put away all my laundry and I organize it. Like I have my white dress shirts and my short sleeve dress shirts. And I got to do all of that the other day because she was gone the whole day. And so it was the third best day of my life.
Wasn't getting in the way of your laundry.
Where do we rank on your list the day you met us?
Dude, I don't remember.
Top 10? I mean, top 10.
No. Number 4 is probably starting this podcast.
Yeah, that's
so
number 4 day. Yeah. What are you not looking forward to?
I don't know if I can name like a specific thing. I feel like the difficulties are going to be in dealing with like not looking forward to like dealing with your kid's first failure or like, big disappointment. Like when they disappoint you.
So like they do something wrong and you need to like punish them or ground them or discipline them.
Yeah, and like more so than like, oh, Lincoln, you pulled up the play mat. Like, no, like not that kind of like discipline or like go sit in the corner for 5 minutes.
Like he skipped school for the first time.
Yeah, or like
is that too
yeah,
late?
or even like the failure in the sense that like I could only picture like your kid goes for their swim meet and they just bomb it, or whatever, and they don't even come in the last place. They like disqualify. Yeah. It's just like, you suck. It's like, how do you like, that's going to be heartbreaking, I think, like to see your kid like not succeed. And then you got to be like a parent and like lift them back up.
Yeah.
Whereas like if you fail, like you idiot, like
it's already happening now with Link. When he falls down, you try not to react too much. You just pick him up and be like, let him go back to his thing. Console him a little bit, he'll get over it. Yeah. You gotta teach them good sportsmanlike.
That's a good one though. Because
like,
you're right. Like, but it depends how they react too. Because if they're like heartbroken by it, they're like that's contagious. Like heartbreak is contagious.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you're heartbroken by the fact that he's heartbroken, and it's a whole thing.
I think this is where competitive sports, whether they're playing soccer or hockey, really helps build that type of character that can accept a loss.
Yeah.
Because I never had to deal with that. My brother doesn't really deal with that. And we grew up playing hockey. I think it's a big thing for them to be in something competitive.
Although your brother's a cool guy, but he has a super temper.
He hates
for someone
losing.
For someone who's played competitively his entire life. He's so competitive.
He hates losing. He hates losing, but he doesn't need to be consoled about it.
No, you're right.
Yeah, and then like those disappointments, like your kid comes home drunk that one time, or the first time or whatever. Obviously, they're underage or something, or like I don't know.
You got to take that stuff in stride.
No, because you have to come down hard.
I don't think you do. There's two ways to do it, and this could be a whole other topic about how to parent and stuff, which is fine.
How are you dealt with when you came home drunk the first time?
Have you ever?
I don't know.
Did you ever get caught? Like, did you ever come home drunk and like your mom was there and like you played it cool?
See, I think there's the parents
because whenever if we were like not 19 and drinking, it's like, Mike, I'm just sleeping at your house tonight.
Right.
Like, so it's just like,
but and I never got crazy lectured all the time, but I think there's two ways to parent, and one is to lecture them and be the bad parent, but I think there's a way to parent and not be the bad parent. And I think your kid might be more open to sharing things with you and talking to you about those types of things and be less closed-minded about it.
This brings me to my topic. Well, my point, which is like your issue right there is a big one, but it's like down the road. Like, I doubt your kid's gonna show up.
That's
drunk
what I don't
8.
know what
my thing. What I'm not looking forward to is like my kid pulling a tantrum. I'm not saying he would. Like, I don't think I did very many, but I'm sure I did. Like pulling a tantrum at the grocery store.
Yeah. That I'm not looking forward to.
Or like one of those like, no, I want this. And it's like there's, in my mind, I'm sure there's others and like people who experts who can tell us more. But in my mind, there's two ways of dealing with it. One's kind of ignoring him. Like, don't justify what he's doing. Don't like, no, I don't know what you're doing right now, but just get up and let's go. We're not even entertaining his tantrum type thing.
Yeah.
The other thing is in my mind, is being very stern about it. Like, get up, let's go now.
Yeah. You could do both.
And like, and I obviously I don't know which one's right. I don't even know which one I'm going to do, but I don't look forward to that because,
Yeah, some people say like you're not supposed to be your kid's best friend. You're supposed to be their parent.
100%.
Yeah.
Once they turn
I
19
agree.
and you can go out to have a beer with them or something, then become best friends. But up until then, you're not their best
You got to
friend.
be a parent. Exactly. But, I don't know how I'm going to deal with that.
I'm not one to get angry. I don't think I'll get angry too often.
But you know what? It's maybe not getting angry at their like tantrum. It's the embarrassment, and it's kind of like the frustration of your kids like on the floor, like squiggling around and just like doing that whole thing, like no. And it's just like those parents who don't do anything are actually
And no matter what you do, you're getting judged. If you ignore them, you're being judged for being incredibly passive and not taking the
That's
situation
fine. I'll
seriously.
take the judgment.
If you yell at them, you're like, stop, get off the ground now, let's go. Whatever.
You just take, pick
him up off the ground, put him on the cart, and let's go.
If I'm in a mall or a grocery store and I see that, I'm actually drawn more attention. My attention is drawn more to the parents that are like that. Whereas I feel like I'd be more like very passive aggressive about it. I'll be laughing at the kid and be like, "You're making yourself look ridiculous."
But the kid doesn't care.
No,
a 3-year-old kid doesn't care about.
I won't be the parent that raises his voice in public and gets angry in public.
So yeah, you're right. I don't know how I'm going to be,
I'm
and that's
an
what I'm concerned about.
extremely-
I don't think I can do that. I don't think I can be like, come on, Johnny.
I'm an extremely patient person.
Feels like a white parenting type of thing to
It's
do.
hard. It's hard because it depends on your kid's temperament. If that's the one-off, you could maybe like brush it off, be like, okay, Lincoln, like you're just being silly, and you just keep moving. That kid's gonna start following you. Like they're not gonna keep like laying down on the floor. Like they'll follow you. It's when it's like every other time you're going to the mall, like your kid has that temperament that they're always like. I think you'll reach a breaking point. I'm not saying you'll yell or whatever, but like
I don't think I will,
you'll
but-
pick up the kid and be like, we're out of here. Like you want that? Like we're gone. Like I'm taking you out of the store. Like we're done. I don't know. But
I don't know. I think that would be the exception to the exception to the rule for me. I don't think I'll.
I think to be honest, it all depends not on you so much, on Lincoln, like on your child, like
Maybe.
how stubborn he is, and like one thing is him being like a tantrum where he's just like screaming. The other is a tantrum where he's like knocking things off the
Yeah.
because if you can be passive all you want and not raise your voice, but if your kid's like knocking things over and stuff like that,
Or if your kid's like
you probably have to
being
do
rude, like,
something.
no, like like whatever, like there's being like verbally aggressive.
Yeah,
that's different too. Like
I think that's different.
you can't let that.
exactly. You have to kind of step in there. So it all depends on your kid, but I'm not looking forward to having to deal with those things.
Yeah,
like,
the crying, like, oh, I want this toy. Then they're just kind of crying about, okay, like, yeah. But it's when they get like crazy. Like these kids are just like, they lost their mind.
What about the birds and the bees stuff? Are we just leaving that to the school system?
No,
I'm not looking forward to any of that stuff.
No, I'm not looking forward to it, but I'm not even stressing about that. Like if I have to have like the sex talk with Sebastian at some point, I think it's maybe a little
I don't know if
easier
I want
'cause-
you to have that conversation with Sebastian. Maybe let me or Nick do it.
No, less. But I don't know. I don't think I'd be too concerned.
Steph can have the sex talk with my girl. I can have the sex talk with the boy if we have a boy. And then it's just easier that way. But I don't want sex to be like, not even like sex, but like the human body. Like I don't think it should be like this taboo. Like I grew up where it's just like it wasn't really talked about so much, and it was just like very
Hey,
like
you learned about it on the playground.
like if my kid comes home and says boys have a penis. Cool. Yeah. 100% they do. And you know what girls have? A vagina.
Yeah.
Like, but to like get all like ultra conservative and be like, no, don't. And then it's just like, oh, I guess I can't talk about like.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm totally with you on that. Like there's, in my opinion, like I'm all about like teaching him the word penis. Like
Rather than saying dick.
yeah.
Picture a thumbnail for our YouTube video right now. Just like, penis.
That's gonna be
Instead of like, I guess when he's really little, you call him a wee wee or like whatever
Yeah.
you use. But like, I don't want him to be afraid of even using that word necessarily. Like, I don't think it's a bad word.
yeah.
I don't want that stigmatism.
But
of
I
it being
remember
a bad
growing
word.
up feeling like you can't say that stuff. Like you
Yeah.
can't like, don't say the word penis or whatever. Like that's weird.
But the sex talk, I mean that it's really what. I mean, you have experience in this, and that your field is dealing with children and stuff like that. You might not deal with the specific topic. What age do you think is an appropriate
I
age?
think it's another one that's kid dependent.
I know. Kid dependent, yeah.
Like your kid best, right? But I mean, like the sex.
I think
talk,
16. My opinion is like 16 is too old.
16.
Like 16,
you've
you're like-
missed the boat.
Yeah.
You've missed 100%.
He's telling you about
Whenever they, like, when do they bring up sex ed in
It's
school?
hard for us to
Grade
predict
5?
the future, though.
grade
like, right?
5. How old are you in grade 5?
10. Your
Doesn't the
body's
new
changed.
curriculum teach them stuff in like in grade 1 now?
Well,
And
it
I
depends on what
agree with
school.
this
It depends on
curriculum.
what school you're going to.
No, but the curriculum got changed.
The new sex ed curriculum
Oh.
got changed last year or whatever. But yeah, I mean, 10. I would talk to my kid about sex at 10 because once you already feel like, should I? Or it's probably too late.
Yeah.
Like once you're already kind of like, I don't know, or like once they're 12, you should already have that talk. Cause man, like these kids get
you
younger and
have
younger
talks?
nowadays. No,
Did you have a talk?
did you?
Not that I remember.
I don't remember having. No. I mean, something is it also like, is it necessary?
The first time I remember learning about any of that stuff was probably grade 6. When we
Grade
had
family,
that,
family
that
studies.
book. What was
Fully
that book
Alive.
called? Fully
Fully
Alive.
Alive.
book.
Fully Alive.
I think
Yeah,
that's
grade
when
5.
Shout out to
Yeah.
Fully Alive.
Grade 5.
Yeah, but
I mean,
like how babies are made. Like that's
Yeah.
when you.
yeah, and the girls went into the different classroom and the they were
Yeah, I don't know,
separated.
grade 5 or 6, 10 or 11 years old, you can bring that up because they get curious, they get interested. I'm not saying your kid's out there having sex at 10, but
I do know they are learning it before we learned it though.
Like were you not remembering like kids at grade 10 and 11 like kissing on the playground and shit? Like
yeah, and I was
like,
way behind that stuff.
like that. Yeah, like his first kiss was on his wedding day.
Like people were dating. People were dating in. I remember being in.
People would hold hands at recess in like grade 6.
I remember
Like
oh,
elementary school. I didn't have a girlfriend in elementary school. I had fake girlfriends.
I had girlfriends in elementary school. And I remember like grade 5.
Well, you went to a school. You were one of 3 boys, right?
Yeah,
So of course you had girlfriends.
sure did.
slim pickings.
Yeah, worked for me. But I remember having a dance, like the dance. I remember the school dances in elementary school. It was 6, 7, and 8. But I remember my year, grade 5, was like we were revolutionary because we insisted that grade 5s we were like mature for grade 5s, and we like put a petition up, and we got the grade 5s to have their own dance because it was a grade 5, 6 class, so the grade 6s went. The grade 5s were like, I'm like, no way are they going to go to a dance, and I'm just sitting here. I'm like, no, we demand a dance.
Were you the leader in this rebellion?
Sounds like something I would do.
And so think about that. At those dances at grade 5 or 6, there was sexual tension.
Yeah, there was.
You know
There
what I
was.
mean? Like
There was.
You're looking at they're standing on one end of the room.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
standing on the other, and there's a whole thing there. Like so, I think to have that sex talk, and again, it's not like, all right, son, you grab your penis, you put it inside. Like it's not like you're describing step by step how to have. It's not maybe that, but it's like. It's talking about like feelings and emotions and like your body and like these are kind of normal feelings to have that, you know.
When push comes to shove, I don't have a problem with the topic. I'm not excited to get there.
Here's a YouTube video I found. Watch that.
Watch this video. Ask me if you have questions later. And if you don't, then let's never bring this up again. So I want to bring up a story that has nothing to do with what we're talking about right now, but kind of about things about parenting. So on Sunday... the day before, Saturday. So I work as a recruiter. We were invited to an event, the Latin American Festival, Hispanic Festival at Mel Lawson Square in North York. It's a nice event. They have music, food, and all that good stuff. And so the Canadian Forces had a booth. And we're just there to kind of be there with the public, answer questions. Not really recruiting, but just be there, right? Public appearance, this type of thing. So it was me and my buddy. We were there. We were in uniforms, in our camouflage uniforms. And, you know, people would come by and ask us questions about, like, whatever. And it's good. It's really good public relations, if you will, right? Later on in the evening, these 2 little girls, maybe they must have been, like, 10 to 12 years old, come up to us, or come up to me specifically, and they're like, do you kill people? And I'm like, no. It's like, then why are you in the Army? And I was like, okay, this is kind of like a yeah.
So
I was like,
well, I'm not in the Army.
Let me tell you.
The reserves.
Awesome.
3 times in one show.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah,
We'll try next episode. No more.
Yeah,
Okay.
just one.
no, you get
Just
like
once.
one per episode.
Okay.
You've reached your quota.
Okay.
I'll tell you about the reserves.
So I'm like, no, we don't. You know, we don't kill people. Like we do a lot of good things. I kind of did like the very like nice. And she's like, "Where's your gun?" Right? And I'm like,
These girls sound like cunts.
that's one way of putting it. Yes, they were like, and so
They were like 10 or 11.
At first, I was like engaging them, and then I got to the point where I was like, okay, where are your like adult supervision? And clearly, there's an adult there, and he was this white dude with glasses. Clearly, the dad of at least one of the 2 girls. I don't know if they were sisters or not. And he was just in there eating a poutine. And I remember that poutine. It just the fact that he was just eating a poutine even made it even worse. And he was just standing there, and they're like, "So where's your gun?" I'm like, "We don't carry guns. Like we learn how to use them, but we don't carry guns. That's what the police are for. Police carry guns, and they're there for to protect you and stuff like that. We do other work." And it's like, "So you haven't killed anyone?" I'm like,
Can't tell you.
"It's like you know." I'm like, "Totally. You shouldn't really ask those questions. Those are not really like nice questions to ask people, right?" She's like, "So you're a coward." And I swear, she started like literally like not yelling, but she's like, "You're a coward."
That's when you reached over and punched her in the face.
And literally like my training kicked in, not like my military training, like my recruiter training. I'm like, you have to always act as if there's a camera in front of you. Like you always, like obviously I am the public eye there, but I was like, no, that doesn't make me a coward. Not killing people doesn't make me a coward. That's not the right thing to do. So I'm looking for the dad to like jump in. Like I was looking at the dad. I'm like, no, I'm not a coward. And I was staring at the dad like, this is where you jump in and like,
I'll fight your
talk
dad.
to your girls about, or talk to your children about like, going up to anyone. I'm not saying the soldiers are any special or different, but go anyone, call them a coward for not killing people. Like, this is where you step in and
That's some serious
correct
stuff,
this
man.
matter. And
Oh, that's a pet peeve. I agree. Parents who don't parent.
yeah, parents are so that's and so they're so I kind of like cut the conversation off, and like I do like part of like
If you want more information, book a session.
no, I just changed, like I just started talking to my coworker.
I love your four-finger point here.
Yeah, this is
It's one of the first things we learned.
but this is also an army thing. Like when you're yelling at someone. Anyways, I like looked the other way and just started kind of engaging the next people that were there, but they were still adamant.
So you let these 12-year-old girls win this conversation?
It got crazy because then you know what they started doing? They're like, "Do you have a knife?" And I always have a little pocket knife, but I answered no. I'm like, "No, I don't have a knife. I don't need a knife. I don't have guns. I don't need a gun right now. We're here just to talk, and soldiers do a lot more, do a lot of work without weapons." And she's like, "I'm sure you have a gun on you," and started reaching into my pockets of my uniform, like touching me and reaching into my pockets of like my uniform has pockets here, big pockets on the tunic. Started reaching into my pockets. And so, like, instinctually, my first reaction was to, like, slap her hand out of the way. But I'm like, I can't just slap this kid. I'm like, stop. Don't go into my pockets. And then I had to, like, during this whole time, I was trying to be, like, the nice recruiter type of guy. But when she started doing that, I had to switch. I was like, stop now. Don't reach into my pocket. You shouldn't do that. And then she's like, oh, whatever. And then she went behind me, and we had a little table. It has a little display and like pamphlets, and we have a little basket where we have like additional stuff. She started rifling through that.
This girl's bad news.
Right? And I'm like, stop going through our stuff. And again, I look at her dad, and he's like, I'm eating his poutine. And I think at one point, just before that time, he did say like, Amy, stop, Amy. Oh, come on, don't do that.
Those are the parents at
I was
the
losing
store.
my mind. Like veins were popping. Like I was losing my mind. I'm like, how could you like? One thing is like letting your girl like ask questions and having having her own opinion. Maybe like I've had people come up and like little kids come and be like, being a soldier is bad because you kill people. I'm like, no, we don't do that. Like that's just you watch movies. And I understand where they're coming from with that, and like parents letting them talk and then that interaction happen. Totally fine with that. But this was like beyond that. And the dad was just standing there. And I was about to just go walk up to the dad and be like, can you do something about this now? Like I was.
So what stopped it?
Like so at that point I actually got into like my serious face on. And I yelled at him like, stop. Like get away from my stuff or our stuff. Stop rifling through it. You're not supposed to go through our things. And I think when I raised my voice, her dad like, oh, yeah, Amy, come on, let's go.
That was the first time that kid's ever been yelled at, I bet you.
My mind was blown. Like as a parent, even as a soldier, as a person, like having some kid like rifle through my pockets.
That the line was definitely crossed there. When I'm talking about being passive aggressive in a shopping mall or whatever, that's if your kid's being stupid little shit.
Yeah.
But that's different level.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, you're the first person who's like raised their voice in an authoritative manner at that kid in that kid's lifetime, I bet you.
And it's kind of weird because like, I mean, like, I'm not saying I'm not intimidating, but like the uniform can be intimidating. It's like it's an official uniform. It's a real uniform, and this girl didn't give a crap. Like she was all up in there trying to look for my gun in my pockets, and it was freaky. It was weird because, like you raise your voice and all of a sudden like people are around watching and everyone's got a phone that's on like YouTube and stuff like that. So you always have to be very careful with that.
So I mean that's probably what I'm not looking forward to either, is having to like yell at some other kid. That's always awkward too, is having to yell at some other kid and be
I'm telling you right now. If Sebastian comes over and like the play date and he does bratty thing, feel free to yell at
Yeah, carte blanche right here.
Yeah, carte blanche. And if you're watching, you can yell at our kids too. So
yeah, my kid's doing anything that I just described to another. Yeah, I would expect you to actually, like, if you were like watching them and you were like taking the kids out and they did something like that, I would expect you to like yell at Sebastian and be like, "Are you absolutely? Would your dad approve this? Would your
Yeah,
mom
because then
approve
when
this?"
if I was letting him do it, get away with it, Sebastian, he'd come back over. He'd go back home and he'd be like, "Well, Jamie lets me do it.
Yeah.
You can't set that standard."
So if you want to yell at us, leave us a comment below. Like, subscribe, share. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of the Dads and Six podcast, episode 3, I guess. I'm already losing count. We've done so many of these.
3 man.
3 man. Hit that like, subscribe, share button. Thank you all again for keep supporting us, and we're doing really good out there, I think. So.
Yeah.
Thanks for all the support. Hit us up on the social medias, and we'll see you guys next week. Thanks.